Good morning. The Friday, October 31st, Halloween edition, regular City of Knoxville Public Officer hearing is called to order at 9:32 a.m. I'm Nicholas Bradshaw, the public officer designated by the mayor as described in the City Code of Ordinances, Article 6, unfit buildings, and charged with addressing properties in the city that are out of compliance with the adopted codes of the City of Knoxville. The adopted codes include the 2024 editions of the following. These are all international codes: International Fire Code, Building Code, Residential Code, Plumbing Code, Mechanical Code, Fuel Gas Code, Existing Building Code, Swimming Pool and Spa Code, and the 2017 edition of the ICC ANSI Accessibility Code, 2023 edition of the National Electrical Code, 2018 edition of the International Energy Conservation Code, 2018 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code. The public officer is authorized to hold hearings, administer oaths and affirmations, examine witnesses, and receive evidence and issue orders as a result of his findings in determining the condition of buildings that are dangerous, unfit, and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants and/or public. The procedure for the public officer is as follows. Each case will start with a report and presentation of evidence by officers representing various city departments. Today, this will primarily consist of, but is not limited to, evidence presented by Mr. Scott Elder, Neighborhood Codes Enforcement Manager for the City of Knoxville. Mr. Elder is employed by the City of Knoxville and is certified as a Property Maintenance and Housing Inspector. Following the city's report and testimony, the owner or owners and/or their legal counsel, as well as any members of the general public, will be given an opportunity to respond. The public officer has the authority to limit this time as per his discretion. Today's agenda will be modified to hear the cases of property owners present at this time and in the order signed up as you enter the hearing room. We make this accommodation to minimize any inconvenience to the owners and members of the public here today. For those actively participating in today's meeting, thank you. Your involvement and active participation is appreciated. As per legal counsel, I need to read the following notice of demolition into the record. Any person who intends to perform work on a structure that the public officer has placed an order against shall first make an application to the building official and obtain the required permit. For orders issued by the public officer, please be aware that just obtaining permits and starting rehabilitation of a structure does not invalidate the city's power to take corrective action, such as demolition of a dangerous structure, regardless of the amount of work performed by the owner. All orders are still in effect if the rehabilitation work has not been completed and the structure has not had all final inspections approved within the time provided by the order, or by an extension if one has been granted. Remember, if rehab is not fully complete or an extension is not in place, the structure may be demolished after the order time has expired or after any prior written extension of time has expired without any further notice given to the owner. All right, are there any questions before we start and all participants are sworn in? Seeing none, all individuals testifying today will need to be sworn in. If you are testifying today, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. Ms. LaFew, please advise me if any individuals who arrive late need to be sworn in mid-hearing. All right. With that, Ms. LaFew, what is our first property today?
(2822) Greenway Drive.
This property was originally inspected on September 8th, 23. A new covered deck was built on the back and a ramp that leads to it that was built at this house without permits. The property was subsequently sold before the deck was permitted to a new owner in July of 24. That owner has done some improvements. They painted it and looks like added some minimal bracing, but they also failed to finish with getting the permits fulfilled to a final inspection. So there's an active permit that's in review. They've applied, but they have not taken the steps necessary to fulfill the steps to get the permit and get inspections done. And they've quit responding to our communications with them in, I think August might have been the last time they've talked to us. So we've been working with these folks since 23 to try and get this thing legal before it gets occupied. Right now, we don't think it's occupied. So we're asking for a 60-day repair order on this to make sure they just get it fixed up. I think it could be done possibly pretty easily. They just need to do what they need to do, so.
All right. We have no one signed up to speak on this remotely. All right. All right, I find the structure at 2822 Greenway Drive is out of compliance with the codes of the city of Knoxville, an attractive nuisance, and is dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the occupants or public. And I order the owner to repair the structure at 2822 Greenway Drive within 60 days. If the owner fails to take corrective action, the structure may be placarded as unfit for human habitation and vacated and closed. That's our next item.
Boarding approval for 821 Atlantic Avenue.
I'll add, we did have one other one on the agenda, 3030 Woodbine Avenue, but they requested a postponement that we granted to them. They had to be out of town for their son's event, so we extended that to the next meeting.
Understood. Thank you.
For this one, 821 Atlantic Avenue, it was boarded in July of 25, 7/14/25, and we're just requesting approval of the boarding charges.
All right. And no one signed up to speak on any of these items?
No.
All right, I approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 821 Atlantic Avenue, due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. Next item.
1237 Iredell Avenue.
This was boarded on March 27th of this year, and we're just requesting approval of the boarding charges.
All right, I approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 1237 Iredell Avenue, due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. Next item.
2903 Scottish Pike.
This property was boarded on 9/25 of this year, and we're just requesting approval of the boarding charges.
What was that one two before, just sort of there? What's that?
They had to close off underneath this.
Yeah,
Crawl
typically,
space.
if they have a board there, if it has a door that just
Oh, I see.
secures it.
Okay. All right, thank you. I approve the boarding action taken by the City Public Service Department and affirm the charges related to the corrective action for the structure at 2903 Scottish Pike, due to the building being an attractive nuisance and dangerous and injurious to the health and safety of the community, being open and accessible to children and members of the general public. It looks like that's it for the agenda, right? All right, well, being no other business brought before the public officer on this day, the hearing is adjourned at 9:40. Thank you.